Hey cats, it's your midsole man Eddbud here. Lots of viewers out there have requested a comparison video with the Asics Megablast, and of course I am very happy to oblige. Comparing this fantastic max stack shoe up against some of the other contenders, easily the most requested comparison is up against the Asics SUPERBLAST 2, but also that new Nike, the Vomero Plus, and one of the fans' favourite, the PUMA MAGMAX. Loads to get through, so let's get to it. Thanks for joining me on the channel, it's always appreciated. If you're one of those viewers that hasn't subscribed yet, please do so, it really does help the channel out. Hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up like, and drop us a comment for the algorithm. Dankeschön. Some stats on screen right now. In interesting comparison here today, you can see very similar stats across the board on all four models. The MAGMAX with a slightly wider forefoot surface area, and the Nike and Puma models with a little bit more width in the heel. But the SUPERBLAST and the Megablast are very close in terms of all the stats, though there is one that is slightly different, and that is weight. The Megablast is almost 1.5 ounces lighter than the SUPERBLAST, but with the same stack measurements. A softer midsole though on the Megablast, and only 10 extra earth credits too. So the question everybody is asking, is the Asics Megablast a worthy upgrade really over the SUPERBLAST 2? The Megablast to me certainly feels like it's got a slightly more race feeling upper to it, a little less material here, but some extra structure around the toe box area in the SUPERBLAST 2. The upper material is much more flexible in the Megablast over this model, and it really does benefit from those serrated laces that Asics have included this time. I found that the SUPERBLAST 2 laces do slip through the eyelets a little bit, but still a good lockdown in this shoe, it has to be said. I mean, this is a goat shoe really, and I think this one's just that little bit better. I find both shoes very breathable on foot, certainly in these kind of warmer, more humid times we've got at the moment. Sizing spot on in both pairs, though I do have to tell you that I have a 10.5 here rather than a UK 11 that I normally have. This one is listed as a 29 centimetre length shoe, and this one at 29.5. In those sizes, I would suggest that that's the way you want to go. Kind of true to size here, whereas you can actually size down perhaps a half in the SUPERBLAST 2. Ride-wise, the Megablast is that bit more compressive with the Flight Foam Turbo squared material. Slightly denser ride in the SUPERBLAST 2. Still very kind of compressive, a lot of impact protection there, but a lot of people find this one just too dense. I've lost track of how many comments that I've received in reference to this shoe just being a little bit dense and perhaps not the wonder ride that they expected. I think the ride's actually slightly stabilised here in the SUPERBLAST 2 due to those sort of higher walls that we've got around, you know, both sides of the shoe and the heel. They simply aren't there in the Megablast. They've just got all of the material underfoot, and it really does benefit from that. So, you know, if you want something that's a little bit more stable, I think the SUPERBLAST 2 is still a great option. The Megablast, though, just feels a little bit more fun and exciting. Fun and fancy free. It's the livelier one of the two with a little bit more bounce to it. It certainly feels that Asics are moving in that direction with the whole of the Blast lineup really, and their Metaspeed lineup too. Everything's getting a little bit softer with a bit more energy return to it. I mean, they're still compressive foams, but it just feels like they return to form that a little bit quicker now. It's a nice springy, dynamic ride. It really propels you forward. Never really thought the SUPERBLAST 2 has been exceptionally heavy shoe by any stretch, but the Megablast just makes it feel like it's another world really, I suppose. Didn't realise there was such a large weight difference between the two. I always had this one in my mind as being around about 280 or something, but yeah, 1.5 ounces is a fair old amount. So I think if you want the ride to be a little bit more conservative, a little bit more stable, then you can stick with the SUPERBLAST 2. Many people found this to be a smashing option over many miles, people getting like 500-600 kilometers into the shoe and it's still feeling great. I think if I had to have one pair, then the very small price increase we've got over the SUPERBLAST 2 with the Megablast is probably worth it. I think this will be a very usable shoe for many runners, just like the SUPERBLAST 2 was over the last year or so. Does make me wonder though whether Asics will persist with the SUPERBLAST model now that the Megablast is about to launch. If I had to have one pair, it'd certainly be the Megablast right now. And I really love this shoe. On to the next one. Next up, a shoe that's really grown on me as I've used it more and more, and that is the Vomero Plus. I mean, this shoe's 50 odd Earth credits cheaper than the Megablast will be at retail, with a similar stack of midsole foam. But you've got 2.7 ounces extra weight. I mean, 78 grams, that's a lot. Why, oh why do Nike continually put very plush and padded uppers on top of these midsoles? It kind of nerfs the whole experience, really. Especially in the summer, you just don't need all this padding. Nice lively midsoles with sort of clunky and overblown uppers. I found the Vomero Plus to be a great sort of easy day and walking shoe, really. I've been using it like a lifestyle shoe over the last few weeks. Been many days where I've gone over 26,000 steps walking around Bristol and Taunton here and there. I just don't feel all that compelled to put it on and run any sort of significant miles. It's just too much shoe here for me. And when this arrived at the door, well, it's just another world. All that extra weight just makes it feel like a sort of clunky option. I mean, the ZoomX foam, it's really forgiving. It feels great underfoot, but it just doesn't have that same bounce and return to form as the foam does here in the Megablast. I can't really say this one's like suited for faster paced running as such. Just perhaps a little bit too much for me in terms of that heel width as well. That significant outsole here is always chosen in favour of like versatility. But I mean, who wears outsoles out before the midsole foam goes kind of bad, right? So despite my liking of this shoe in terms of like a lifestyle daily use kind of option, the Vomero Plus is significantly behind the Megablast, even though the stacks are the same. Not as fun or as flexible as the ASICS in use. I mean, across the whole sort of spectrum of runs. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a nice comfortable ride here, and perhaps you want the plushness in the upper, but for me, I'd rather have a functional upper and all of the good stuff underfoot. So if I had to choose one and one only, it would have to be the Megablast. One last one for you. So similar stacks once again here in the MAGMAX Nitro from PUMA. I mean, it is one of the widest shoes I've tested out on the channel. There's loads of surface area here in the forefoot, and it makes practically every other shoe look very narrow here in the heel as well. Very similar story to the Vomero Plus that I just mentioned. This one's got a lot of extra weight, and a lot of that's in the upper and perhaps the outsole too. There's some very significant lug depth here. I think if you want a shoe for out-and-out cushion and impact protection, the MAGMAX might be absolutely fantastic. It's a really great easy day or perhaps a recovery option. And again, if you want a very large shoe rotation where you've got different shoes for different functions, then I can see the MAGMAX working very well. The Megablast is one of those that's quite efficient. It's just filling loads of different situations. It's a bit of a master of versatility for me so far. I mean, you could race in this shoe, no problem at all. I think it's that light. It's just nimble on foot, very fun and engaging to run in. Again, those sidewalls here on the Puma might make for a slightly more stable ride for some of you. A bit like a bucket seat for the foot. ASICS have been a lot more economical with the padding around the heel here in the Megablast. If you're running in a very warm climate as well, I would suggest the ASICS shoe is a better option. Yes, it's that bit more expensive, and I've seen some great deals on the MAGMAX very recently, over here in the UK at least. As the winter draws in, it's getting a little bit cooler. I think people will be a little bit less bothered by the extra sort of plushness in the upper here. Most of it's focused around the heel area actually in the MAGMAX. There is padding here in the heel of the Megablast, but it's a lot more pared back. I just find this a really great breathable option whilst it's very warm here in the UK. So if I had to have one, it would certainly be the Megablast this time round. Just a lot more versatile than this. It's just one of those shoes you could probably take with you on holiday, and if you had to run any type of session, it will do the trick. I'm not saying it's the lightest ever, but in a pinch, it's just going to work. Whereas this isn't going to be something you can use for your tempo or reps or something like that. It's just too much shoe. Bit of a hot take, but I think this could be one of the shoes of the year so far. It just ticks so many boxes. There's very little that I would change about this one at all. Are you picking up the Megablast on launch? Let me know your thoughts and opinions on all the comparisons today down in the comments. Quick musical interlude for you. I've been listening to the new album from Mac DeMarco. It's called Guitar. 12 fantastic tracks here. Some of them very short and they're very, very skeletal in terms of the production, but I actually really like it. You can hear every word here, every strum of the guitar. Again, I hear this anxiety and kind of sinister sort of vibe about some of the songs. The tunes themselves are kind of candy-coated little ballads, but when you dig a little bit deeper and listen to the words, it does seem like Mac DeMarco's had a bit of a hard time of things recently. It's beautiful chord changes in the track Phantom, where he's kind of talking about a loved one that's not there anymore, but they're still in the room. The vocal delivery on the track Home is just so fragile, it seems like it could break at any moment. The track Sweeter is wonderful as well, where he's looking back on sort of past relationships, and even though it's kind of gone wrong, he wishes he could have another go and this time it will be better. What a great album. I think I must have listened to it 7 or 8 times since it released only a few days ago. Go out and check it out. Really, really strong stuff. Just top-notch songwriting with the bare bones instrumentation. Mac DeMarco with Guitar. Thanks for tuning in, people. I hope this one's been illuminating. Hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up like. Drop us a comment for the algo. My name's Eddbud and I'll be seeing you